Today we're tackling budget multi-tools that are good. These are all good multi-tools either to start with or to carry for the rest of your life. And the first one I want to address is a Leatherman rebar. Now, new this I think is around $100, but on the used market on eBay, this comes in around $30 to $40. Fairly consistently, you can find some pretty good deals on this, and I think that's a great value. Now, we will be talking about a lot of new multi-tools, but this one right here, like as in mine, you might have a chipped screwdriver that you can just grind down. There's the large screwdriver, a nice file, a really nice knife on this one. The saw, can opener, Phillips screwdriver. Yeah, all really good implements. The tools are protected inside this frame. There are the replaceable wire cutters, and this is a very lightweight tool that you can get fairly consistently on and off. You may have to research for a month or two, but you can find it for somewhere around that $30 to $40 mark. A lot of times it does have some defects, but defects that you can fairly easily fix. So I think this is an outstanding value on eBay. Now, if you want to spend that same amount of money brand new off of Amazon, I think it comes down to two basic choices anymore, the GHK 17-in-1 or the Multipur. These are two of the best bang for the buck multi-tools. Right now, the GHK has been marked down to around $39. I don't know if it's still that, but I have carried this to work. I've dropped this from ladders. I've dropped this on concrete floor. Yes, if you close this, there is a fair amount of wiggle on the bottom, but that doesn't seem to affect anything. Some different people have mentioned the great idea that there needs to be like a little divot here, that these, when they close, they interlock, and then there would be no play. So I think that would be a great option for GHK to do that. I think maybe Matt from Matt's Multitools, make sure to check out his videos. He mentioned something like that, I think, which I think is a great idea, as did some of the rest of you. So good idea, guys. Now with this one, nice enough knife. I like the serrated blade. I really like the T-shank adapter. Scissors are great. I love that these are outside opening tools like with the bit driver. And I've used a fair amount of these tools, especially these screwdrivers, for work. So I really do like this tool set, and I've been carrying this for the past several weeks and it has worked great. I've really no complaints. I was a little afraid it was too flimsy, but as I said, I think the only thing, I got the pocket clip snagged and it bent way out of shape, but then I bent it back. But I've been using this in a holster, so it really didn't really matter that much, but pretty nice tool. All right, now the Multipur is based on the Leatherman Surge design. And it's got a couple upgrades versus some of the other tools in that I like these. These are like special wire cutters, special coated wire cutters, that's what I mean. The crimpers at the bottom, but it's pretty much your basic design with roller markings on the handle, wire stripper. Now with this on the inside, I do notice several of these tools, you have to be very careful that you don't lose this micro screwdriver. Micro screwdriver, can opener, large flat screwdriver, all on the other side, double-sided ball detent bit driver. Very nice tool set. And then when we go to the outside, there is this upgraded knife, which is cool, the T-shank adapter. And I really like this hook on the serrated blade. Nice set of scissors. Now I've added the Night Eyes pocket clip to mine, but the Multipur, pretty much both of these around that $40 mark. Excellent value. Now on the used market, I think ever since I've mentioned the Leatherman Wave on a video, I have seen actually the eBay prices go up on these, ironically. It's probably because Leatherman keeps raising the prices, but I did do a video on how good a deal the Leatherman Wave is, the second generation, and it seems like I can't get near as many good deals anymore, but that's fine. I hope some of you got some great deals. Now, this is another tool, another example of one of those I've gotten off eBay. You can see that this little tiny bit right there is broken. This little bit is all chawed up. This tool is pretty rough, but I got this somewhere around $25 to $30, I think. And you can rarely now, not often, but rarely, you can get some of these in a little rougher condition for around that $25 to $30 price point, which at that price point, I mean, it's great. The parts alone are worth that. This one, I can't remember, one of these I did get and the handles were broken, but I wasn't that upset because even the internal tools that I can use for modding are really worth that $25 to $30. You can even use half of this tool and make you a nice half multi-tool. So there's so many uses. The Leatherman Wave is great. And the second generation is a little bit more of a bargain sometimes because people like those replaceable pliers, and these are actually better, tougher plier heads, and you get a discount. So used, a lot of times I do look for the second generation Leatherman Wave. They are getting a lot scarcer to find a good deal on eBay, but they are still out there, sometimes hit and miss. Sometimes people don't realize how great a tool these are. And if you can find one, good for you. Somewhere around the $30 to $40 price point is an outstanding value. Now, this is sort of in the new and used market. The SOG Powerpint is similarly priced at times on sale. I've seen this as low as $20 on sale at Walmart. At $20, this is outstanding value. I would say anything below $40, you're getting a good enough price, but anything $30 and below, you're getting a pretty outstanding price on the SOG Powerpint. Now, ironically, I don't carry this hardly ever anymore because I'm looking for larger tools to carry in my pocket. But this is a really nice tool with a lot of tools in it for it's just very, very lightweight, very EDC friendly. Knife, rope cutter, small screwdriver, all file. On the other side, serrated blade, scissors, Phillips screwdriver, can opener, the bottle opener. Yeah, a lot of tools. The pliers open up great, some ruler markings, a lot of stuff to offer with the 1/4-inch bit driver on the back and a really nice pocket clip. Fantastic little tool. Again, I would look for this somewhere around under $30. I think brand new, sometimes it can be sold for as much as $50, but you can find this increasingly, it seems like, on sale for $30 and less, even brand new. So at that price point, outstanding value, even used, outstanding value, really nice tool. Probably the best value from SOG that you will find. Now, as we're getting cheaper and cheaper, finding more budget tool options, one of the things that we deal with is Amazon will run these specials. So for instance, I'll reach over into my tool bin and I'll pull out this SQT. They have very similar structure. Now with the Shell multi-tool, it seems to be maybe more consistently cheaper. One of the things we'll run into is, for instance, like the Byberry will have this serrated blade with the hook on it. The Shell will not. The SQT, I believe, does have the hook on it. So there will be some minor differences, but there will be sort of competition between Byberry and Shell and SQT and maybe some other ones where it's the same basic tool. And this one was only $22 a couple weeks ago, but now the gold version of this is up to $45. The Byberry, I think, was around $27 and the Shell was around $25, but then the Byberry might dip down and the Shell might go up in price. So you have to really look and see which one is the best deal at the moment. But a lot of times you can find one of these for $25 or under. I think more consistently, the Byberry you can find for a little bit more and the Shell a little bit cheaper. So the Byberry does have the serrated blade with a cutting hook. And then if you prefer this almost Leatherman looking plier head, they do have that plier head, which is a little different than the one from the Shell, which reminds you a lot more of the Leatherman Wave. So there are some differences. Now, the only thing I would caution you with the Byberry one is I would get the silver version because the black one on mine, they consistently have an issue when they are coated. I can't remember if this does or not. This one actually seems to cut better. So maybe it's not an issue with this particular one, but on some, I would just, as a general rule, buy ones that are not coated black with the scissors. Otherwise, pretty similar tool set: saw, knife, diamond file, serrated blade on the outside, on the inside, scissors, ruler markings. This one actually does not have large scissors on the outside, so that is a huge difference that I had forgotten about. The large screwdriver, small screwdriver, can opener, the double-side bit driver, and that bit I've robbed and put somewhere else. So the big difference with the Byberry and the SQT will be the huge scissors on the outside. There is a double-side bit driver, ruler markings, then on the inside will be that smaller diamond file. The micro bit driver, can opener, large screwdriver, all. So it comes down to what is more important to you, the scissors or the file. So in the SQT version as well, there is the scissors on the outside, and then I believe there is that small diamond file on the inside. You get to choose which implement you prefer, large scissors or large file. But all these are really good options. So somewhere around $25 is where you want to be seeing these priced. And if you want one of these, I would wait till they get somewhere around that price tag, and then they're a pretty good value. Now, some of the cheapest tools to get at the best price in the used market right now for the best value is either the Gerber MP600 or the Leatherman PST. Now, the Gerber MP600, I did a whole video talking about Gerbers and how better they are than I realize. Sometimes I forget how good these old versions are. This has a combo blade. It's got the Phillips driver, which you can put a 1/4-inch adapter on. It's got this universal that you can buy from Harbor Freight. You used to be able to buy replacement blades from. It's not the T-shank, it's universal. The file on this one, can opener. The lanyard, or this is a small screwdriver, and then a little bit larger screwdriver with a bottle opener, and then a set of scissors, which are remarkably nice for what you get. Ruler markings on the outside, and then the easy to use, fidget friendly out the front pliers. These have crimpers, wire cutters, and the needle nose pliers. You can get these in blunt nose. That is something that is very different from Leatherman and sort of sets Gerber apart. These are a fantastic deal that I have been seeing for around $20 on eBay, which every time I see a pair of these for $20, I just feel like buying it right away because I know it's such a good value. Even used, even with some paint on it, $20 all day long. I just feel like that's such a great value for this tool because it really offers a lot. Now, on the opposite side of the spectrum, Gerber's arch rival Leatherman, you can also get Leatherman PST. Now, not right now. I just looked on eBay today and they're around $30 to $40. But if you wait and are patient, you can find people listing these for somewhere around $20 or get a lot of tools for around $20. You can see this one right here, the whole frame is bent. It's got some issues, but it's still got some great tools inside. It's got the awl. Now this one I think has a broken knife blade, but it's got those screwdrivers. And sometimes you might be able to buy a couple of these, put the parts together. I still think even damage, these tools have a lot to offer. You can sort of, bring them back to life. These are a great set of tools when you buy these used to throw in your bag. And I think they hold a lot more value than even buying some of those SQT tools I was talking about, because these will last probably even longer. They've got this really lightweight tool set. They've got this plier head. And this one right here, you can tell maybe it was run over, maybe not, but it has been beaten and there is still a lot of life left into it. I can probably just move that frame out, get another knife blade, put it in there, and be on the road again, ready to go. Pretty fantastic tool. Now this one is in better shape. It still has the knife blade on this side. But yeah, really nice minimalist tool set. For somewhere around $20, if you wait long enough, you can find some good deals. So now we're coming to the best of the best, the bottom of the barrel, the absolute cheapest tools you can find on Amazon. Now, under $15. There is an ever-changing fluid market of tools that are sometimes okay, sometimes not okay. It's really hard to consistently recommend any tool under $15 because they're just constantly changing, being bought out. But the Byberry is pretty consistently around that $15 to $20 mark. Spring-loaded pliers. This will be a pretty bold copy of the Gerber NXT suspension, the pocket clip, skeletonized handle, the combo blade knife, can opener, bottle opener, large screwdriver, scissors. Now with these scissors, I'm trying to remember if these cut paracord or not. Some of these do better than others. So they will cut paracord. Maybe not as quick as some other tools, but they're not awful. They do cut. These will be locking. And we actually put it like that. All right. And then a really nice long Phillips screwdriver, the awl lanyard, the depth gauge file screwdriver. I think for $15, this is a fantastic place for a lot of people to start with Multitools that offers a lot for a very little. A lot of people could do so much worse than this tool right here. For $15, it's a great entry point. Now for $5 more, for around $20, this again changes price, so you have to keep an eye on it. But the Work Pro, I believe this is the 24-in-1. Mine has these spring-loaded pliers. Now Work Pro has added some other models, so you have to be careful which model you're looking at. But this has the can opener, wire stripper, large flat screwdriver, the scissors. Then on the reverse side, rope cutter. This has the Swiss Tech style Phillips screwdriver and a small Phillips screwdriver. The Leatherman wave style tools on the outside. Serrated blade, saw, regular blade, diamond file, regular file. Yeah, a lot of tools, even spring-loaded pliers, crimpers, wire cutters. Pretty nice tool set for around at $20. Sometimes it'll be a little bit more, but it's usually under $24, a pretty great value with a pocket clip. These right here at the moment when I was researching these on Amazon were the best two deals that I could find under $25. I really hope this list has helped. I know it came out a little bit later after Father's Day. Some of you guys wanted a list before Father's Day, but as you're getting ready, even in the future for Christmas and birthdays and graduations, and maybe even looking for some extra tools to throw in your bag or your cars or to use for work that you're not worried about getting lost, hopefully this list helps you. And I think the last list I'd done like this was about 6 months ago. So the multi-tool world is ever changing, especially on the used market and on Amazon as well. So make sure to let me know which tools you would maybe prefer, you would have changed, maybe the ones you have found more valuable. And I'm always interested to read your comments.